Hello and welcome, my chinchilla smoking peace pipes. How you doing today? It's Chris here. What we got is some more Chimps action for you guys. As usual, I actually just frickin' woke up right now, so if my throat sounds a little goofy or whatever, I apologize. I'm gonna try and make this a pretty good guide for you guys. What you want to do is you want to start off with a 0-2 dart monkey here. This is going to be the super speedy dart monkey that eventually you're going to get up to triple darts, and then of course. I know, man, I know it's a little rough here, but you want to get your hero going already. It's actually kind of insane how good a 0-3 Dart Monkey is to start off as just like a low-level balloon popping power tower. I don't know why it's so good, it just is. So this is actually a really fun map. I really like the design. It basically allows every single tower in the game to be used if you want it to be used. You've got nice little circles to use tack shooters or ice towers or something like that. You've got a pretty reasonably long map here so you can use snipers or something with infinite range if you want to. And then you've got the nice little river here, which there's not like a perfect spot for water towers, but overall you can put up water towers pretty much wherever you want on the map, which is pretty nice. So it's going to be almost $1,000 to get Gwendolyn over here, but I highly recommend you guys try and do it as fast as possible. Having a level 20 Gwendolyn for late game here, around 95 plus, is pretty important actually. So highly recommend just do your best here, guys. Make sure it happens. And there she goes. Absolutely wonderful. So in addition to that, though, I'm going to get my camo section from a different source here. We're going to go for the top path Dart Monkey. Even if it doesn't help out super duper crazy for late game here, at least it allows us to have enough money to have enough pop power to get whatever we want to get without struggling too much. And you guys know I like to do an easy strategy for you. It doesn't need to be super duper complicated or crazy or anything, or building 20 different weird towers in all the crazy places. Just start off with a nice easy strategy in here. Eventually we're going to work it out however we'd like it to be. But the basic idea is that I do want to get some submarines, I do want to get my heli pellet, I do want to get a ninja, and, obviously use an alchemist with all of those. I think that's pretty important here. One thing I'm realizing about the 4th tier alchemist is that you can actually power up multiple monkeys kind of at the same time here without too many issues. I feel like I used to think that I have to put a single 4th tier alchemist per tower that I want to power up. And it's not necessary. I think you can get at least 2 power-ups out of them, if not even 3 power-ups out of them, and still continuously power up most of them, at least a reasonable amount. So it's actually freezing outside right now. Oh my god! So I'm not that bad at dealing with the cold. I'm usually pretty good at dealing with the cold. In fact, I wear shorts and a hoodie pretty much everywhere I go, wherever I go, whenever I go. And I'm usually fine. Even in January and February, usually it's okay. Well, of course, we got some snow sort of recently. So by the way, just in case you're wondering, I got a nice 3rd tier ninja now, and I'm basically just going to save up for 4th tier or a heli pallet. But it's freezing outside. It snowed a couple days ago, so we got like 5 inches of snow or whatever. And it was super duper windy that day, so I actually shoveled the snow, and then sadly, right after I shoveled the snow actually like blew over into the place that I shoveled the snow, and it's like, well, suck my balls. Get out of here. Get out of here. I was super annoyed by it, but what are you going to do? And then, of course, the next, so here we go, we're going to get a nice 4th tier ninja here, Bloon Jitsu. I don't like to get the caltrops. It's just a personal thing. Don't really care for them. If you want to get him, go ahead, but I don't feel like I need him, so I just like to get a 401, and I feel like I'm successful enough, as he currently is. So then the next day, of course, it was getting pretty chilly out there, but it's like, alright, whatever. But then the next day, oh baby, this is when it got really, really chilly out there. So, here we go, we're gonna get a monkey village over here. We're gonna put it inside of the range of Gwendolyn, and the ninja, and our heli pallet, and eventually some submarines. This is actually a very, very nice spot for this guy. We just want to get a bigger radius here. Make sure you can put them a little bit out of range of Gwendolyn, so you can get the bigger radius. So they will be in range here, but don't assume that the big radius is going to be gigantic. It's only a small increase here, guys, like 10% or so. So make sure you're doing at least a pretty good job here. Then we're going to go for a heli pallet right around here. You want to make sure no matter what, they're inside of the range of Gwendolyn and the monkey village, okay? And that's why I'm going to put a little bit lower down here. The nice thing is if I somehow screw it up and I don't put them in the range of Gwendolyn, by level 10 she'll get increased range, so I should be able to fit her in there anyways. So I am going to be putting an Alchemist down here for now. So we're going to go Big Bad Berserker Brew here, and we do want to get the strongest in eventually. But for now, I think we're okay without it. So you might be wondering, oh, should we be clearing anything out? So if you guys don't know, the lily pads cannot be cleared out. They cannot be destroyed or anything like that. They're just a place where you can't put things. The rocks, like above my ninja and above Gwendolyn there, cannot be removed. They're just there forever. But the rocks in between these giant circles over here can be removed. So it only costs, I think, 350 bucks, so it's not very expensive at all. The question is, do you need to remove them? And I'll be honest with you, I think there's actually better positions out there. I think our Gwendolyn and our ninja position is one of the best positions in the game. You know, you get a shot, you know, as they walk in over here, but you also get the shot as they're leaving, which is probably the more important shot over here. We want to make sure we clean up everybody. So luckily, we do have the 4th tier ninja here, so we can easily clean up all these camo balloons for now. But we don't want to let that go for too long here. We do want to eventually get our 0-2 monkey village over here to get the camo detection for all the towers in here. If you just get Gwendolyn camo detection, it's more than enough, but you want to make sure you get your heli pallet here as well. It's going to help out a lot for the long term, especially once we get our 3rd tier middle path monkey village over here for DDT popping power, which is kind of important, by the way. All right, it's pretty important. I've tried going without the MIB a couple times, depending on my towers, and I almost always regret it. You know, I'm always just like, I should have just freaking bought it. It's like, say, 8 grand. And for every type of balloon pop power right there, it's just so wonderful. So here we go. We've got the 1-2 monkey village for now. You know, we do want to get the jingle drums here as well. 620 bucks to increase the speed of all of our towers over here. Nice, nice. That's the way you do it. But it felt like, in Fahrenheit, -degrees. All right, that's really, really terrible. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I would say probably negative like 15 or something like that. Below -15 or something like that. But it was dangerous. It was kind of late at night, but I just walked to the park, which is probably like a 5-6 minute walk, and I walked back. And I was wearing gloves, by the way, but I realized that these were new gloves, which were terrible gloves. And I also dropped them in the snow to have to pick up my dog's poop. Yeah, I know. It sucks, man. Get used to it, though. My hands were, like, literally freezing by the time I got back. Did you guys ever have that happen to you when you walk back into, like, a place where it's warm, and whatever place was really, really cold, like, swells up and hurts really bad? Like, you know you did a bad job there. You know you did something bad when you end up having your fingers hurt like that. So anyways, this is the setup. This is a deliciously amazing setup right here to get you all the way until basically round 80 if you micro correctly with your Gwendolyn's abilities. Usually, what you want to do is you want to start saving up for either a 5th tier tower or get just a couple guys going so you can survive until around like 82 or so, and then buy your 5th tier tower. Because I believe that one of the best ways to play is not getting a bunch of 4th tier or 3rd tier towers all over the place, but rather getting a couple support towers and getting like 2 or 3 5th tier towers in the right spots or in the right combos to make sure you can beat all the rando Bloons over here. But anyways, we went for a wizard over here, so we're going to go for a 4th tier wizard. We're going to put him on strong, by the way. Now this guy's going to be able to pop, and also you want to get the camo sense on him, alright? So that's the bottom path over here. Sometimes I go for the middle path if I'm feeling like it, you know, I can get the wall of fire and everything. But I like the intense magic and the camo protection a little bit better if I don't have him in range of a monkey village, right? We want him to be able to kill DDTs. He's actually one of our best DDT power towers in the game. I don't even know how or why he's so good. It just is. Plus, he's got extra damage to Moab Glass Boost, so don't forget about that. That's why we put him up in the front over here. So for sure, no matter what, he's hitting the Moab Glass Bloons. And then even later on, if we want to, we can hit the Bloons sort of as they're leaving over here through these weirdo circles or whatever. So I try to do a no micro strategy. At least usually I try to do a no micro strategy, where if I do any micro, it's usually on around 63 and 78 against the Bloons. And I just used abilities. That's it. Don't have to do anything crazy, any like strong first, close last, ridiculous, build things with the little bit of money that we have left or anything. I'm not that intense about it. I just want to have a nice easy strategy for you guys. You guys know I like the easy. It's the easy factor for you. So here we go. We're going to build a couple submarines down here. And you can get the advanced intel on all these guys. And then if you want to get any extra pop power up in here, obviously you want to get the bottom path up to at least triple guns. But usually, at least eventually, you probably want to get the 4th tiers going as well. Now the reason these guys are so gosh darn nice is because they are good Moab popping power. They shoot pretty quick. They can aim anywhere, basically anywhere on the screen. Pretty much. I mean, not fully, but pretty much anywhere on the screen. And they're just powerful, you know? So here we go. We've got all our subs up to triple guns over here. But again, if you're going to go for armor-piercing darts, you got to realize how expensive these things are. It's going to be an extra 9 grand just to get our 3 subs, or 10 grand even, to get our 3 subs up to armor-piercing darts. That's a lot of freaking money. Oh, man. You got to ask yourself, is it going to be worth it to go for that, or would you rather just get the triple darts for now? And, you know, right now, I think triple darts is going to be good enough for us. It's already a good amount of Bloon popping power. It's already a good amount of Moab popping power. That infinite range aspect of them is just so gosh darn wonderful. So I appreciate it, you know? And you can see, even against reinforced Moabs and stuff like that, like, we're popping them as soon as they walk in here, dude. That's real nice. So, of course, I've got an alchemist that's sort of powering up some of these guys, alright? Right next to the ninja. But then I didn't even realize that I have another alchemist that's actually powering up my heli pallet, which is also powering up some of my subs over here. So I'm actually powering up pretty much all of my subs here, kind of on accident almost, which is kind of funky. So I was gonna build another one, then I'm like, oh, you know what? Screw it. Let's let it ride. Let it ride. But now, once I get my cannon over here for extra group popping power up to the bottom path 204. Now my alchemist is going to start throwing it at the cannon instead of the submarines, and it might be worth it to pop an alchemist down for your subs now. Depends on how you're feeling, depends on how your defense is going and everything. What you're realizing now, though, is that sure, we are defending everything, but we're really not saving up a lot of money. Oftentimes, I like to just build almost nothing between around, like, 63 and 81. And within those 18 rounds, you usually save up a nice 20, 30, even 40 grand over here. So you can buy a nice 5th tier tower. It kind of depends on what you want to do. You know, you can go for a Comanche commander. You can go for a sub commander if you want to. I'm not a huge fan of the sub commander, but you can go for it if you want. Or even an archmage if you're really feeling it here. I mean, it kind of depends on how you're doing. You know, what you want to do. But it's downtown right now. There's nothing going on. It's just boringness in a can at this point. A can of worms. It kind of reminds me of going fishing. I haven't gone fishing in a long time, but so let's see what we're doing. Now, I will admit that this is a post commentary. So if you guys are, I prefer the live commentaries to be honest, but for some of these maps, I gotta admit it, man, they're not exactly easy to one and done if you're not used to the different strategies over here. So, you know, even for you guys, man, even after watching this video, if you have to play it multiple times, you might have to. That's the sucky thing about Chimps mode, is that it is difficult. It's meant to be difficult. It's not supposed to be easy for us, alright? So here we go. We've got the 4th tier bottom path heli pallet right now. If we want to save up for a Comanche commander, it's still another 30 grand away. That's expensive. It's not easy to get. One of the weird things about that bottom path heli pallet, though, is the fact that he's a little bit on the random side. You know, I was just telling you guys, I don't really like to have anything be random. I don't want you guys to have to be in a predicament because you don't have him pop out when I have mine pop out. So I feel a little bit bad about that, but, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, around 78, though, this is one of the only levels where I highly recommend you guys just use the abilities, alright? I don't care if you're going to use Gwendolyn's Cocktail or Keg Blast or whatever. It's not needed. But I say just no matter what you're doing, just use it, because you're not going to need it around 79. You're not going to need it on around 77, so, like, Just use it. Okay, we've got about almost 20 grand here, but we're about to get into the craziness aspect. Round 81, man, or round 80 even. Luckily, I've got my my slowdown on the Oh My God here, and I think that's really what makes this a lot easier than usual. It's kind of crazy. Round 80, I feel like it's one of the easiest rounds ever, but it's because I almost always go for a bottom path heli pallet. Recently, I tried to just not use the bottom path heli pallet. I almost lost to the singles. Oh my God, I was like, what the heck? I had to like use all my abilities at the very end. I was like, oh my goodness. Actually, I had to micro a little bit over there. The random ninja to kind of like pop all the random blues in the back. So, you know, it can happen, you know? It can happen for sure. So, one thing you're realizing about my defense, though, is we're using the towers that are good for themselves, basically. Our MOA pop power is in the front here with our wizard. Our cannons in the back here to clean up all the balloons. If you use the towers to their advantage, you'll be able to kill them, okay? And here we go. We get kind of lucky here with a Comanche defense popping out to pop all these reinforced BFBs right here, which is wonderful. Love it. Love it, man. But don't forget, those subs are still doing things, okay? They're only triple shot subs, but they're still at least doing things at this point. But you guys know what we're going to do. We're going to get a Comanche Commander. It's only a couple grand away. So it's going to make me happy that once we get him. Use the abilities as you need them. Usually, I would say throw it on the cocktail first. And then if poop hits the fan, though, then you just keg blast him, right? I know, it's not even called the keg blast. I don't know what the heck it is, but keg blast just sounds so much cooler. So here he is. We got the commander over here. The absolute destructing king of balloon popping power. There he goes. So now, at this point, you can start getting some support towers. And kind of just make sure that you've got like a decent defense all across the board here. You can also pop in some extra alchemist popping power in here. Basically, what you want to do is you want to make sure that every single one of your towers is getting powered up somehow. Honestly, I don't know exactly how the alchemists work these days. Whenever I feel like it, I just throw an extra one down. What I do know is that they power up only 3 monkeys at a max, and it's almost always the 3 closest monkeys. But I don't know how they work when there's an alchemist, if like an alchemist like specifically says, oh, this is my monkey, you can't take my monkey from me, to another alchemist, and then the other alchemist just throws it at another monkey that's maybe a little bit further away. I think it's a little goofy, and they kind of change priority a little bit, but, you know, just know that they're doing something over here somehow. So here's round 90, this is the DDTs. You can see we end up annihilating those. Usually, believe it or not, round 90 is actually not that difficult. Even round 93 is usually not that difficult. For me, DDTs, the only hard DDTs are around 95 and 99. Those guys are both a pain. They're not easy to take down at all. So, one tower that I almost always recommend you guys get is the middle path alchemist at this point. He's great for round, the great thing about him is he's great for round 98, which is the biggest balloon level in the game. Randomly just annihilating a lot of the balloons is kind of important, you know? So what they do is they explode each other and they hurt each other. Helps out a lot. Also, we're getting armor-piercing darts at this point, which is going to increase our damage to higher class balloons. The Oh My Gods, and the reinforced Oh My Gods, and, you know, all that junk over here. And what you want to do is you want to put your subs on strong, okay? This should already be a thing, by the way. You should have already had them on strong. But I like to make sure that you guys know that I've got my subs on strong over here. Just to make sure we're popping all the balloons. So we've also got the monkey village down here up to 3rd tier by this point. This is the MIB. Usually want to do that by around 90 or 93 or something like that to make sure you can pop the DDTs a little bit easier than usual. But you can see, even on round 95, man, no problem here with our wizard sub-commander or sub-people defense-looking thing over here. Now the last thing we're going to do is we're actually going to do something sort of goofy. We're actually going to go for a wall of fires. Yeah, I know, it seems so weird. I'm a little weirded out by this, because I think that this will probably end up getting nerfed at some point. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I think it will be nerfed at some point. But it's fun to do nonetheless. What I like to do, though, is I do get my monkey sense here. It's kind of wasting a little bit of money on this thing. Honestly, I probably should just get like a shimmer in the front or something like that. But I wanted to make sure that I got the DDT popping power for round 98, just in case something really crazy happens here. But this is round 98, by the way. This is the biggest balloon level in the game. Can we take it down with our walls of fire and Comanche Commander and wizards and subs and everybody? And actually, not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. Round 99 against the DDTs, we got them covered too. We take them down, and finally, last but not least, the bad balloon. Now, with my current towers here, I actually don't have that much bad balloon popping power. The main towers that are... Ooh, I'm sorry, guys. Got the League of Legends thing. I was about to play a game. The timing is ridiculous. But, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to get a bottom path. I accidentally got a nuclears up here, so micro mistakes. Micro mistakes. But that's going to help out with your bad balloon pop power, and then everything should just get cleaned up right here. So, perfect timing for me to play some League of Legends. And leave you guys in here for getting your free little 101 little monkey right here. Of course, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you press that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't. And of course, have a super duper delicious day.